10 days ago I uploaded a video on the issues with the DJI Action 2 and the live streaming, where if you turned the camera upside down during a live stream, it wouldn't actually flip the footage. And I contacted DJI support, who requested me to send the camera back to them for their engineers to look at it, which I did. Today my replacement arrived. Obviously the same issue persisted, but then this afternoon a new firmware arrived. So basically, if you look there, see that little line down there? They fixed it. Great. And I'll show you how that works now. So we'll turn this on. Okay. Camera. Get the phone. Get the Mimo app. Come on. Come on. Connection successful. Yeah, okay. Then go live stream. RTMP. Start with the settings. Great. Connecting to the network. Start the live stream. And that's all I needed from the app. So that is now running. Footage is up on my OBS. And as I already stated, so you can see here. So if I now take this and I basically boop, turn upside down, and it corrects the footage. Absolutely perfect. So that was really neat, that got sorted, which is very much appreciated. One of the features I didn't mention the last time is you can also record while you live streaming. So if you hit the record button, it will at the same time record. It will obviously then decrease your battery lifetime quite dramatically. So that's the one thing. The other thing that was actually quite neat is you can, on the screen here, right, you can end the live stream. Okay. And then you can go into the settings there. Let's see, continue last live stream, continue, yeah, really? There, continue last live stream. It will take the existing settings, it will reconnect. And voila, stream is back. Everything is working. That's great. So that was one of the features that was actually in the originally which is neat, which wasn't on previous iterations of the Pocket or Action. So that's a nice feature that has arrived. You don't need to necessarily go back into the app to start the live stream again if it still has valid credentials. They will expire fairly quickly, but generally for everyday purpose or use, it's actually really good. So we'll end this live stream again. And then you probably will be wondering, why is all this other clutter hanging around here on the table? Well, here's the thing, is I've been going through every single adapter that I had for the DJI Action 1, for the Pocket, even the Insta360 audio adapter, to see how can I get an external microphone to work with the DJI Action 2. Now, when they announced the DJI Action 2, they also announced that DJI will be coming with a wireless microphone solution. That is very similar to the Røde Wireless Go II, or when you look here, I have this, barely see it. I have a Pico Gear 2 microphone here, the new long-range version with the TRS and TRS connector. That's what I'm using for my microphone for recording in my videos. And that microphone that DJI is bringing out is going to connect to the USB-C connector of the DJI Action and will work with that. And so I figured, hang on a minute. So the Wireless Go II, the Røde Wireless Go II, is also a USB sound card if you use the USB cables. So grabbing my Røde Wireless Go II, turning it on. Great. Plug this in. And then plug it into the USB-C port. And there you go. Little icon here for microphone. Let's see. Take a microphone. Turn the microphone on. And as you can see on the icon is that the microphone is working, which is absolutely fantastic. So that means that they have gone and they have changed the entire approach to the external microphone from the Pocket 2, the Action 1, and they're now supporting a standard audio DAC microphone input on the DJI Action 2. Now, I don't have at the moment a USB-C capable audio sound card with a USB-C connector, but I have this little Trond with a USB-A connector that I tend to use for my streaming and for recording and stuff like that. So I figured, what about if I connect that with a USB hub? Will that work? The other advantage by doing that is that I can actually charge the DJI Action 2 at the same time as I have the microphone connected. And that will actually be handy. So I have this little USB-C hub here, and it has USB-C connector, it has a charge USB-C connector, it has a data USB-C connector, it has two USB 2 connectors, and it has a USB 3 connector. So we're connecting that to the Action 2. I then plug in the USB sound card, and there, fantastic, microphone logo appeared. So I have this Rode Lav mic that we can test with. It goes into the microphone port of the sound card, and there you go. You can see that the logo on the DJI Action 2 is actually indicating audio levels from my microphone, which is absolutely fantastic. So I have ordered a selection of USB-C standard PC or mobile phone audio cards that are like small with just a little barrel connector on it, and I will be testing those in the next couple of days. So that's great progress, which means we can literally use any USB-C sound card that generic on the DJI Action 2 to get a microphone connected to it, and that means that the market for what you can connect there is pretty big. Here's another thing, is that on top of all of this, I years ago bought a RemoveU gimbal. This thing was designed as the RemoveU S1. This was designed for the GoPro Hero 4. When it finally launched, the Hero 5 had come out with image stabilization, but they also made a cradle for the Hero 5. And image stabilization, even in the DJI Action 2, has always had drawbacks, because you're losing some resolution for the stabilization, things like that. So a gimbal is still something that is interesting to use. Now, the one thing about this specific gimbal, the company doesn't exist anymore, I think. Their website is pretty broken, and you can't buy the gimbals anymore, but the second-hand market is pretty good for these. I have one of the original ones, and I bought this one recently on eBay for 189 euros with 3 batteries, with all the accessories, everything. What is great about it is that these remove view gimbals, you could actually detach the handle, and then you could mount it on a GoPro shoe, on your bike or your motorbike or whatever, or your helmet, whatever. The other thing was, it was designed for, as I said, for the Hero 4 Black. It had a cradle for the Hero 5, but it also had a bracket for the Session, Hero Session, and the Hero Session, the Hero 5 Session. And that's about the same form factor as this little DJI Action 2, which got me to think, like, can I use that with the DJI Action 2? So I'll reattach the handle here. And as you can see, I have already mounted the bracket for the session cameras, and I mounted the bracket for the DJI Action 2. And voila. So that actually works. The only downside is that it will only record while the camera is sideways. So all recordings will be letterbox on the DJI Action 2. But if you film for things like YouTube Shorts or TikTok, this actually works. And it's a nice stabilized gimbal. Now I am going to make another video on that, which more extensive goes into what, how and why. Thanks for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you found this content useful, and have a nice day.